Hey, welcome back to another Netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Fantastic that you joined me today for episode number 134 on Quantrix scripting. Script button on canvas, move to front always. Before I get into this podcast, though, I want to tell you a little bit about my day. I worked in Quantrix all day long, and it was absolutely fantastic. There was even a part of the day where I was going to be asked to do something in Excel, and it was just a knee-jerk reaction of mine after working in Quantrix most of the day. I just said, I hate Excel. I don't think I've ever said that. I've always kind of liked that lesser program known as Excel. But I think after working in Quantrix and the ease of its use and its sheer brilliance in calculating power, I have a hard time trying to do anything in Excel anymore. It's such a lesser program. Anyway, I hope that you'll continue to watch the Quantrix Authority and you'll continue to use Quantrix and you'll feel that way about Excel as well one day, and that you'll absolutely love Quantrix as much as I do. Anyway, on to the material for today. I have here a dashboard, if you will. Not a dashboard, but I have a canvas, and I've included some documentation on this canvas. This is a very important model that I have at my current employer, Lighthouse Foods. And what we're doing is we're taking some information from a database. We're pulling it into Quantrix Matrix via data link. We're performing some calculations. We're then pivoting the data in two different steps in order to get it into a consumable format for us. And then we're pushing that out to a table on SQL Server that is then going to be consumed by Tableau. And this tool does all this for us, and it's fantastic. And I've added a few notes here, just enough chicken scratch to make sure that I know what's going on. And then I've added a couple macro buttons that go out, or scripting buttons that go out and refresh the data, all the data sets, and then actually push the data. Okay? Well, as I get going on this, I have my layout, I've added my instructions, and then I click on layout and I say, well, I want to try this out, I want to make sure it works. But then what happens is I go ahead and I double click on refresh, and I'm clicking like there's no tomorrow, and I'm like, nothing's happening. There must be a bug with the software. And it's a little frustrating. I've created this great thing and now it's not working for me half the time. Well, lo and behold, the problem is if I go back to interact, if I click right here on the button, hold on. If I click on the button, you'll see that the button is not highlighted. It's actually the instructions box. So what I need to do is I need to right click on the instructions and I need to say to back, and that should push the instructions back to the back, and now I can now refresh. Click on refresh button or the script, and if I bring that to the front, it will always be at the front. So anytime you create a script button that you're going to be clicking on, I encourage you to right click it and bring it to the front like that, and that will make sure that nothing is ever overlaying it. And again, if I then click on refresh, it goes ahead and refreshes for me just as I would expect. Anyway, I hope you found that useful. I hope you'll keep that in the back of your mind. If you have any questions about Quantrix, I hope that you'll reach out to me at quantrixauthority@gmail.com. I want to help you with Quantrix. I absolutely love Quantrix. I want to make you a Quantrix master. So please join me again for another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez.